Yeah, what's up? What's popping? What's cracking out there, man? What's going on, homies? It's the homie, main man, made man in the building. Y'all know how I get down. We talking boxing, man. Once again, it's an honor and a pleasure. I repeat, an honor and a pleasure to be on here with all of the boxing fam and the boxing fans. It's Wednesday night, so you know what that means. It's our time now, man. All day. You know, man, I'm on here late. It is what it is. It's 9:30. Yeah, it's a little late. It is what it is. But I am here, man. You know what I'm saying? I've been kind of off the grid the last couple days, fight fans. Kind of staying out the way for the last few days, but I have been keeping my ear to the street. I have been keeping my ears and keeping my eyes to the headlines, trying to get the scoop, trying to see what's been going on out there. You know what I'm saying? And staying informed and staying in the know, if you will, when it comes down to this boxing shit. You know what I mean? I'll be right in front of y'all in a minute, man. Yeah, man. So, like I said, been staying off the grid, then staying out the way, man. Truth be told, hey, to all of my power heads out there, Joe. Look, man, hey, I'm messed up about this little alternate ending leaking and all of that that's going on out here, Joe. Look, man, I don't think Tyreek did it. For anybody who followed the show Power, it was not Tyreek. I'm rocking with the same old theory that Ramona shot Ghost. I'm telling y'all, man. Watch the homie be true, man. Watch how be real what I'm talking about. I just got finished debating people all day about that shit, Joe. I still stick with the chick, you know what I'm saying? But anyway, man, let's get to this boxing. Y'all ain't come here to talk about no TV shows and all that. Mr. Tiptoe, what's up with you, man? What's going on? Salute, fam. Salute to you, man. You know, let me get in front of everybody for a second, man. You know, we ain't got no time to waste, man. It's already late. I done held everybody up, you dig? I should have been on this goddamn thing. You hear me, though? But it's all love. It is all love, man. As always, y'all know how I do, man. Got some real cool ass topics for us to talk about tonight, Joe. Been, like I said, keeping my eyes to the prize and keeping my eyes to everything that's been going on in boxing, man. And the first thing on the itinerary tonight, to everybody who in here early, you know what I'm saying? Know what I'm saying? Is the WBC is now talking about ordering a whole bunch of new mandatories. Some of these mandatories are real fucking interesting and real telling of a lot of stuff that's going on around boxing. When word on the curb is that the WBC, they already got like 5 of them already in the works, but they're going to order, from what I'm saying, a total of 12. Hold on one second. Hold on. Damn, the screen that I had up just jumped on me. Hold on one second. Stand by. This shit is crazy, man. These mandatories, bro. Some of these mandatories, like, I didn't even know was in the works. I didn't even know, but it like I said, it gives us a clear picture, especially at welterweight, especially what's going down at light heavyweight. Damn, man, I just had the page up. Hold on one second. Yeah. Yeah, man. This got to be heard. Hold on, stand by 1 second, fight fans. Stand by 1 second. 1 second. All right, sorry about that, fight fans. Had a little technical difficulty right there, man. I wanted to get that straight before we went any further because I didn't want it to become an issue throughout of the show. So everybody that hung in there, apologize for the technical snafu there, but we back on track now. I want to pick up where I left off. What I was saying is the WBC, they had came out and they're basically stating that they're going to order up to 12 mandatories that they've announced so far. Some of these mandatories we've already known. Now, one of them being the big one, of course, Deontay Wilder versus Tyson Fury. That's already known. That's already in the books. Now, under the other ones that's already known is ones like Jose Ramirez versus Victor Postol. We already know that's coming up. That's going down at 140. Gary Russell Jr. versus King Tug. That's going down also. That's already been talked about. We know that's happening. And I'm expecting my man Gary Russell Jr. to go in there and get the job did all day. So that's already been announced. Nonito Donaire versus Nordine Ubali going down at bantamweight. That's going to be something to see. Nonito Donaire being rewarded for his effort in the World Boxing Super Series, even though he didn't win it. You know what I'm saying? But it is what it is. But also, so those are the ones that we already know about. Now, the potential ones that are soon to be announced, hopefully, are at light heavyweight, Arturo Beterbiev versus Gilberto Zurdo Ramirez. One hell of a fight right there. They're talking about ordering that one for the WBC light heavyweight. They're talking about doing David Benavidez versus Avni Yildirim. Now, that's one that's already been talked about for a minute. We already knew that one was coming down the pike. Jamal Charlo versus Sergey Deryevchenko. Now, I told y'all at Jamal Charlo's last fight, they kept on doing those little cut scenes or whatever to Sergey Deryevchenko, kind of cutting to him. Thumbs up on the way in as you come on in for the fam too. But they kept doing those little cut scenes to Sergey Deryevchenko, and we already knew that they was brewing the fight. So then we're gonna get to Jamal Charlo next. It's interesting because they're talking about, ordering this fight between him and Deryevchenko. We see Deryevchenko all over the broadcast, and there's questions surrounding Jamal Charlo and what's going on with you being offered these offers, and you ain't accepting none of them. That's what they saying. You know what I'm saying? But anyway, they're talking about Jamal Charlo versus Sergey Deryevchenko. Good explosive fight. Nothing that nobody's clamoring for. And, in retrospect of everything that's going on around Jamal Charlo, offers from DAZN to fight Andrade. We got Oscar De La Hoya out here flapping his gums, talking his shit, talking about, Jamal Charlo turned down deals to fight Canelo Alvarez. So, the word on the curb is the WBC is about to order him to face Sergey Deryevchenko. And we all know that Canelo Alvarez is the 160-pound WBC franchise champion. So he has no mandatory. Jamal Charlo was supposed to be Canelo Alvarez's mandatory. But anyway, here's another one. Interesting. Going down at 154, WBC is talking about ordering, or should I say reordering, Jamel Charlo versus Erickson Lubin. Remember Jamel Charlo stopping Erickson Lubin in the first round when the WBC then gave Jamel Charlo 2 mandatories. I remember that correctly. He had a mandatory one fight, and the very next fight he had to fight another one, which was Erickson Lubin. 2 mandatories. So they get Erickson Lubin, then climb the ladder back up there to make it back to the mandatory spot to fight the same dude that stopped him in the first round. Well, now we know in the Jamel Charlo situation, went down with J-Rock. The belt is now gone from J-Rock. And this Rosario kid has already said he don't want no smoke with Jamel Charlo. So, what is Charlo going to do? Is he going to take this challenge back on? Him and Hurd is still a big fight. I was just telling somebody that I know my man Hurd ain't got no belt, but he got an upcoming fight. He fighting this weekend. He going to get rid of this dude Santana. Easy work. And, hey, him and Charlo, I think that's still a big fight fans. What y'all talking about? Let me see. Let me get to the comments before we move on some more. Hold on. What's up, man? I got fam in the building. Renee Box Young. What's goody, man? Thumbs on up as y'all come on up in this joint, fight fans. Thumbs on up. Monty Brown, my brother, is in the building. Salute to you, fam. What's up with you, man? What's up with you? Salute Coach Kennedy in the building. Thank you for rolling with me, fam. All day. You know what I'm saying? All day, man. Yeah, man. Pastor Abel says Artur Beterbiev will wipe the floor with Gilberto. That's going to be a good-ass fight, man. So much crack in that fight, Joe. So much. Good-ass fight. That's 50-50 for me. I mean, I think most going to lean towards better beef, but Slim, that's 50-50 for me. It's going to be a good ass fight. Both men can crack, both men big. Man, I like them both, Joe. That's a 50-50 one, man. Real talk, real talk. Renee Boxung says they also talking about doing Canelo versus Murata. Yeah, I know, right? That's a joke, bro. That is it. Then you know the Billy Joe Saunders situation, the way Oscar talking and the way Billy Joe Saunders talking, it don't look like it's going to happen. You know, they're looking like it's going to be a difference in money. Money going to be coming down to be the biggest issue. Don't look like it's going to happen. Murata, bro. That's it. That's crazy to me, man. They trying to get them 11 fights out the way, boy, all day, man. But anyway, man, Jamel Charlo versus Erickson Lubin, though, man, rematch. But like I said before, man, I don't think unless Hurd step up, I don't see what else would Charlo do? I mean, Texera, that ain't gonna happen. That Texera situation ain't gonna happen. Ain't gonna be no unification there. I mean, what is he gonna do? Look like Erickson Lubin might be on the itinerary. Let me see. If Jamal Charlo versus Sergey Deryevchenko happens and Jamal beats Sergey, bro, Charlo is a beast at 160. So the truth is that they all ducking him over on DAZN. Oh, yeah, man, we're gonna get to that next, man. But the offers are flying. The only question is, when it comes to these offers in Charlo, what's going on with the small print? We're going to talk about it, fight fans. We going to talk about it. I got Sean Newton in the building. What's up, man? What's going on? The WBC have the most legit rankings. I'm glad you think so. You know what I'm saying? Because shit, man. WBC, some weight classes they do right, some weight classes they doing wrong. You know what I mean? WBC, man, it's all about who kicking that bag, bro. You know what it is. But yeah, man. So they're talking about Erickson Lubin. If they, they're gonna probably try to order Erickson Lubin versus Jamel Charlo too. Now, when you go down to welterweight, this is a little revealing for me. It's saying that the WBC wants to order Earl Spence Jr. versus Showtime Sean Porter 2 for the rematch. I got Lala D in the building. Salute, Queen. What's up with you? They want to do Earl Spence and Showtime Sean Porter 2. Now, looking at that landscape, it's interesting as fuck because Sean Porter is the #1 rated guy, even though he just lost his WBC title. He's still #1. Danny is #2. We know he's fighting Ivan Redcach. We'll talk more about that later. He's fighting Ivan Redcach. He's rated #2, but he's not the mandatory. There is no mandatory. Danny Garcia's fight is actually for a WBC eliminator. But yet Sean Porter is in the #1 position. How's this going to work? They're going to have to pull a Dominique Brazil, Dillian White all over again. Where they're going to have to make the man, are they going to make the man underneath the #1 guy the mandatory? Is that what they're doing? I mean, I don't know. How are they going to work that situation out? Now, if they give this fight to Sean Porter, where does this leave Danny Garcia? If this is the fight that the WBC wants to order, and you think about around the time that Earl Spence Jr. is talking about coming back, well, he got the IBF mandatory, and the WBC want to come do, unless we're talking a unification, and that's only Manny Pacquiao or Terrence Crawford. So if the Manny Pacquiao fight doesn't happen for Earl Spence Jr., the chances are that they'll order, the WBC is going to order Sean Porter versus Earl Spence Jr. too. Where does this leave Danny Garcia? I'm just looking at this from all angles, fight fans. That's all I'm doing. Like, we're going to get more into this. That's interesting to me, though. So Danny Garcia is talking like he doesn't know if his next fight going to be, whether it's going to be Earl or Manny. Well, the WBC has already revealed in saying that, they want to order Sean Porter versus Earl Spence Jr. too. That's what they want to do. And I guess they got to do that because, like Kenny Porter been saying, Sean is the #1 dude, and there is no interim champion. Is the WBC, because we all expecting Danny to was expecting Danny to get that fight after it went down in January. This was supposed to be Danny Garcia, Earl Spence Jr. this weekend. So how is this all going to play out? This is funny to me. I don't know. Salute to Lala D. Sean says, man, they ain't ducking Billy Joe Sanders. He's over pricing himself. Is that what it is? Yeah, man. Well, look, man, you can't run it around, in the zone and saying you got a 300 and something $1 million deal and you don't want to get that. Like all of that shit is out there, man. They know how much Daniel Jacobs made when it came to fighting Canelo. That's going to be the issue. When you exposing Canelo and all of this money he's supposed to be making and bringing in, he's the cash cow. Don't be surprised when people come at him that way. It ain't about pricing yourself out. This supposed to be Canelo. What's going on, the zone? They not maximizing? I mean, it's Canelo. That's all I'm saying. This is Canelo. This is supposed to be the cash cow. You know what I'm saying? Yes, sir. Orlando Finney in the building. What's good, man? My fellow boxing enthusiasts all day. Man, we got fam in the building. Yes, sir. World McCray, what's up with you? Coming off a bad performance with Ugas, a loss to Spence, and still #1. Yeah, but I don't know how that worked. And that's what I'm saying, man. That's what I was just saying earlier. The WBC, bro, it all depends on how you roll the dice with these people, man. That man Sean Porter just lost the belt and he's still #1. You know what I'm saying? So I don't know, Sean. You talking about they legit rankings, bro. He just lost the belt and he's still #1. You know what I mean? So all of that shit funny as hell to me, man. It's funny as hell, bro. I don't know how this shit gonna work out, man. I don't know. Monty says Spence is going after Pacquiao or Danny. Yeah. Oh, I know. I mean, that's the plan. So, but Monty, how would they let him go after Danny if they talking about, man, putting Sean Porter in the way? If they put Sean Porter in the way, that's what I'm saying. If Earl come back, which I would hope and expect for him to come back for maybe that IBF Mando off the jump. You know what I'm saying? Get that out the way. Then world's your. But if the if the Manny Pacquiao fight ain't gonna work out, then the WBC may come around and say, well, that's what it's Mando time, and then we talking Sean Porter. That's all I'm saying. You know what I mean? And at that point, then Danny Garcia, unless Manny Pacquiao gonna give Danny Garcia the fight, he's free to fight Bud Crawford. That's all I'm saying. That's all I'm saying. But that's the situation that the WBC, man, is saying for at 147, man. So that's just a little revealing to me. That's all I'm saying. Of course, now we know down at 135, they're doing Javier Fortuna versus Luke Campbell. That's for Devin Haney's vacated belt. So that's pretty much already out there, well known. Now, this one is a little enlightening for me, too. They're talking about doing Miguel Burchell versus Oscar Valdez, right? Now, that's a decent fight. But now this kind of gives me maybe a little insight into why I'm listening to my main man, Gary Russell Jr., running around saying that he was thinking about skipping 130. Because we know Gary Russell Jr. is the WBC champion at 126. Miguel Burchell is the WBC champion at 130. Now, Gary Russell Jr.'s plan was to go to 130 and take on Miguel Burchell originally. But if he's about to face his mandatory, it would take Gary Russell Jr. to get that fight through a mandatory. So it may be up to a year, fight fans, before Gary can get that fight if he goes up after the man fights his mandatory. So Gary probably like, hold up, man, I'm not doing that. Hold up, you telling me even if I go to 130, I got to sit there and then wait for him for forever? That's just how it goes at the WBC. We already know how it works. You feel me? So maybe that's why Gary was out here like, bro, hey, man, I'm not sitting around, go up there, have to sit around for a fucking year. You know what I'm saying? And wait for Miguel Burchell to give me some time. Hell to the nah. You know what I'm saying? So maybe that's what's going on. What's going on? Let's see, man. Sean says Manny isn't fighting Spence. I don't think so either. I keep telling Monty, I don't think so, bro. Not going to happen, man. I don't think Manny going to do it. I'd be surprised. I would be thoroughly surprised. But again, he fought Keith. Maybe given Spence's situation, though, coming off the accident, maybe Manny sees some vulnerability there. But I don't see Manny doing it. I think my bet, I already told y'all, my bet is Manny Pacquiao is going to eventually fight Mikey Garcia. That's the bet for me. That's what I think going to end up happening. You know what I'm saying? But they got to prove me wrong. I mean, we'll see. If PBC can keep Manny there and convince him with something bigger, if it ain't going to be the Floyd situation, he's been falling for that bait and switch for so long, I don't know if he's going to keep falling for it. You know what I'm saying? So I think it's going to be Mikey. And I did. That's just what I think. And maybe I'm wrong, and we'll see. Oscar ain't feeling Eddie Hearn. They saying Ryota Murata is the favorite to get Canelo fight, and he is with Top Rank. Well, we already know, man. Shoot, Bob Arum and Eddie Hearn ain't got no problem doing business. I've been telling people for forever. Oscar and Eddie are competitors, man. If Eddie could take over Oscar's operation and put him out the way, he would in a heartbeat. In a heartbeat. It's the same way with Richard Schaefer. Man, Eddie is at odds with all of these cats. Eddie ain't cool with these dudes. Even if they on the zone, that shit means nothing. Y'all better get hip. I told y'all, man, remember a few months ago when Eddie let it slip out his mouth in one of the interviews. Oh, I ain't got Canelo Alvarez yet. Like, bro, he got it. His eyes is on the pride. Man, look, man, and when I was going to talk about this, man, you slim. Eddie right now, name is attached to every fucking thing. It's crazy, bro. I literally got finished reading an article about Eddie Hearn talking about pushing to make the next fight night champion or the next like fight night video game. Like Eddie Hearn is involved. I'm like, bro, this dude is Eddie funny, boy. He clout chasing to the max. I just got running reading. Oh, yeah, you know, I gave Layla Ali a call and I tried to get Layla Ali out of retirement last year. Now, all of a sudden, Eddie speaking on Layla Ali. I say, boy, Eddie shot, man. Eddie, boy, every little thing that happened, Eddie attacked. He talking about Prince Harry and Angela Merkel and all of that, or whatever lady name. I could have got her. I'm sorry. I don't know. I'm sorry if I messed that up, Royal Family. But he attaching himself up to that. You know what I'm saying? Like, Eddie all over the map, bro. But he'll promote it to the air, man. I say this fool easy, really talking about, oh, yeah, I contacted EA Sports and told them that, you know, yeah, they need to do a fight game. And I say, man, that dude probably called him and said, look, let's do a fight night with only Matchroom fighters. Yeah, we're going to make Anthony Joshua. We're going to put him on the cover. You know what I mean? Yeah, he going to do a Matchroom fight night champion on our ass. I'm telling you, man, Eddie out here putting in work, man. He everywhere, man. But, yeah, man, but that's for these mandatories, man. Those are some real interesting ones. There's more. Y'all can look it up for yourself, man. There's actually a few more that they're talking about, but those are really the interesting ones, man. And yeah, Juan Estrada versus Sovran Vizai 2. That's gonna be interesting too. I know a lot of the people who look at the smaller weight classes and shit. Y'all know that's a good ass fight, man. That's a really, really good fight. The first one was good. But yeah, man, kind of revealing. Look into this, fight fans. The mandatories that the WBC want to announce for 2020 thus far can be a little bit revealing into what's going on with your favorite fighter, man. And I'm just saying, man, Earl Spence Jr. versus Sean Porter. They talking about ordering that one. That one really knocked me off my feet because how the hell do Sean Porter get even remotely named the mandatory when you just lost? And you ain't even fought yet. You ain't even beat nobody yet, and they already talking about this. Hell nah. Let's see. Okay, y'all debating in the chat. My man Lost One says, I think Spence needs a soft touch if and when he comes back. Get on that pass on one at least. Yeah, I agree. It's only but just the right thing, man. You know, a lot of his fan base, they gun-ho, you know, oh, nah, he can come back and do it. It ain't so much even if you think that it's just not the smart thing to do. It's not the way to move a fighter. If you were moving that fighter, you know what I'm saying? Like, would you move your fighter who fresh off of a car accident? I don't care even if he thinks he is like back. I need to see it. All right, we need to see it. I hear you talking. You're supposed to feel like that. Fighters feel like they're invincible. They're supposed to feel like they're Superman. I need to, as your trainer and manager or whatever, okay, let me just make sure and put you back. We got a lot of money invested. We got a lot of money riding on you. You got a bright future. We just want to make sure we moving you the right way. That's it. One fight ain't going to hurt no fucking thing or nobody. And I think that's the right way to go. Truth be told. You know what I'm saying? Real shit. Let's see, man. Lost Ones, they do need to make a real fight game. Hasn't been a new one for ages, all day. And anybody who wants smoke, Monty been ducking me forever. You know what I'm saying? Made Man 511 on Xbox One, Xbox 360, whatever, Fight Night Champion. Come get that work all day. You know what I'm saying? Ducking nothing, fans. Ducking nothing. And we're going to move on to the next topic. And the next topic be, like we just got finished talking about a few minutes ago, man. My man Charlo, man, ducking all of these goddamn offers. Now, this is crazy to me. According to Oscar De La Hoya, let's see how much of this y'all believe. This is on y'all, you know what I'm saying? Oscar De La Hoya, and I quote, we had an amazing offer for Charlo, a very lucrative offer for Charlo, and he turned it down. And let me see. He says, well, Charlo didn't turn it down, but his agent or whoever's behind PBC, I don't know. That's from Oscar De La Hoya, saying that he basically had an offer, an amazing offer on the table for Charlo to face Canelo Alvarez. Now, on to Eddie Hearn, and I quote, I've made Charlo an offer to fight Andrade 2 to 3 times as much as he's ever made. Can't get a reply. You've got this guy who works for PBC, Tim Smith. I don't know who saying, Tim Smith going, I don't know who he's making offers to. I've got it on my phone, talking to him on Instagram, end quote. Eddie Hearn sending offers on Instagram. Eddie Hearn is sending multi-million-dollar offers, allegedly, on Instagram, Fight Fan. Instagram. Send me an offer on Instagram, Eddie. Send everybody offers on Instagram. How serious do you take an offer on Instagram? That one caught me off guard. On Instagram? But anyway, the point of this is this. Eddie Hearn and Oscar De La Hoya both claim that they've made offers to Jermall Charlo. Now, originally, Eddie Hearn claimed that he made the same offer to Jermall Charlo that he made to Mikey Garcia. We know in Mikey Garcia's situation, he got small print, period. Mikey Garcia's one fight deal allegedly has small print where DAZN gets the last option on all of his fights going forward. So the only thing that I can think of that's going on here, because you got to remember that Jermall Charlo is an Al Heyman fighter and PBC or whatever. They don't usually lock in with promoters. They stay free to, they stay on usually the same network, but they rock with different promoters. And so when promoters look to work with these PBC fighters, it's never usually like a one-off. They always looking to snatch them up, especially in Oscar's case, where he had all of them stolen from him in the first damn place. They always looking to snatch him up and, oh, yeah, if you win, you stand over here. You ain't going back. It ain't no just come in, one fight, let's see if we can make something happen, and boom, and I'm out the door. Nah. And I'm telling y'all, man, in the Charlo situation, that's the hesitation. Maybe he also talking about his brother. Like, okay, what you offering me? I don't think you understand. Like, I mean, I understand they came out at one time and said, look, we're a package deal. Then the next time they said, maybe not. You know what I'm saying? But, I mean, there could be talks like that going on behind the scenes. I just want to know what the holdup is. We haven't heard from Charlo. Charlo has yet to come out and say if these offers are A, even real, and B, if they ain't got small print. He ain't came out and let his side be known. We've seen some PBC suits come out and let their side be known. Oh, we ain't heard nothing about no offers. Maybe they don't got Instagram accounts. But I don't know. I mean, we want to see Charlo versus Andrade. We want to see Charlo versus Canelo. Charlo versus all of them. Clearly, they're going to march ahead with this Sergey Deryevchenko fight. I think that's already done. Charlo also been talking like something big is supposed to be going down. I don't even know what the hell that can be possibly even remotely be in his weight class. Unless he's talking about going up in weight. Other than that, I don't know where it can remotely be. Chris Eubank ain't shit. Ain't no big thing here, fam. I'm sorry. So I don't know. Now Eddie Hearn is running around. I offered him 2-3 times his biggest payday. Oh, we gave him the same type of deal as Mikey Garcia. This the small print. I knew it was going to see all of this when Eddie be talking about, oh, these fighters, oh, and all of them for that matter. They all been, this is an old school trick, goes back, Bob Arum, Don King, they all done it. Ain't no just coming over, you taking a belt from my fighter and walking out the fucking door. Especially when you not even locked into a promoter deal. They ain't going to let it happen. That's the hold up. Any Al Heyman fighter that got to go over there got to stay there. That's just the name of the game. Mikey, y'all think Mikey going to just walk out that door? Psh, all right. $7 million to fight Jesse Vargas. You think they just going to let him walk out the door? I think not, fight fans. I think not. I've been calling you out in Fight Night Champion. All right, bro, we gonna get it on, bro. I was playing it yesterday, I think it was, bro. I'm always on that joint, man. I sent you a friend request the whole nine. You know what I mean? Bro, I duck no work, man. I'm vicious in that game, bro. I'm like ranked and all that, man. I got so good at the game that I be playing it like with one hand sometimes. You know what I'm saying? Sometimes I just play with one hand. And then look, I'll put the joystick down, leave out the room, come back. A guy would probably beat me up most of the time, pick up the joystick and knock him out in 10 seconds. I'm vicious. Come holler at me. Versatile Entertainment says Al Heyman ain't confident in more Charlo. I mean, I don't know, bro. All I know is Jamal, if he turning down big money deals, allegedly, I don't know if he turning down no Instagram deals. I'm still a little real skeptical on that. But if he turning down big deals, man, they better be matching him and they better be making sure he good. I mean, the only thing that I can give up on that, and I told people this in the past, is Jamal Charlo may be looking at it that I'm the star of my own show over here where I'm at. You dig? I don't have to compete with all of these dudes on the same network. I'm basically the ringleader over here on Showtime. You know what I'm saying? Well, it's him and Tank pretty much running shit over there now. You know what I'm saying? So he may be looking at it through those lenses. More freedom. On top of that, it's the Jamal Charlo show. You know what I mean? As opposed to over there, he got to compete. I don't know. Small print, man. Small print means everything. It means everything. Lost One says, I just want Kell Brook back. I hope he smashes that Luka guy, man. Shows he means business. I hope he comes in making a big statement. I would love to put Kell Brook back in normal rotation and talking about it. I do. I would. He got to show us something. He got to fight. He got to go up in there and stop Marco DeLuca, Beluca, Zuzuka. He got to go in there and stop his ass and make it known he back, mindset and all. He got an uphill climb to convince a lot of fans. A lot of fans abandoned him. A lot of fans jumped off the ship, Lost One. I'm keeping it 100. You know what I mean? A lot of fans jumped off the ship, and he can win them back. But he got to come back and show everybody that he's the real deal. Same way with Keith Thurman, bro. But I still rock with both of them. You know what I'm saying? Eddie being Charlo's DM like, hey, big. Exactly, man. Like, yo, you know what I mean? Throwing their little, LOLs and shit, man. Like on Instagram. Man, come on, man. I mean, your DM. Fuck out of here, Eddie, man. Eddie creepy, man. For real, man. Just be creeping around Instagram, throwing out deals and shit. I don't believe that bullshit, especially coming from a cokehead cross-dresser. Damn. All day. Yeah, exactly. I don't believe nothing that come out of Oscar mouth. Oscar probably like I said, just flapping his gum and trying to show, maybe putting stuff out there to show Canelo, you don't have to go anywhere. I'm trying to get you the best fights. Look, we offered Charlo a fight. Canelo probably like, I mean, he know damn well he lying. Canelo probably sitting at home in Guadalajara like, Oscar lying like shit. Oscar ain't never caught no damn Jamal Charlo a day in his life. A lying motherfucker. I'm gonna drop his ass. I'm telling you, man. He at home in Guadalajara land like, man, fuck out of here, man. Either Charlo ain't trying to sell his or Al don't believe in him. Charlo might as well move up to 68. Charlo versus Plant or Benavidez. And, to be honest with you, man, I mean, and I'm a boxing fan. I don't care what nobody says. I'm a boxing fan. Even going to over there, if they say, look, you got to stay here for a fight or two, well, I mean, I still don't think that should stop Charlo from doing it. I'm just looking at the situation that he in, man. He is not in the greatest situation where he's at. He may honestly got to take a couple fights. I mean, and is that the worst thing if them couple fights gonna come against some of those top dogs over there? I mean, I can't be like I told people before, I would love to say have Charlo get the names in the contract. Look, if I'm coming, I need Andre, I need Canelo, I need them all lined up. Golovkin, I need them all lined up. If he can get that going, man, shit. You ain't gonna get those type of shit like that on Instagram. But if he can get something like that going, man, ain't nothing wrong with going over there for a couple fights. I mean, look what he's doing now, man. His best prospects right now, where he at, is Chris Eubank Jr. and fucking Deryevchenko. When you got Andre doing nothing. This dude he fighting coming up, nobody. Doing nothing. Fighting on Thursdays and shit. Come on, man. This shit is just corny, bro. Put this shit together, man. And Charlo, man, you just need to say, I mean, maybe he's fighting for his brother, too. I'm telling you, that could be an issue. He probably like, look, you taking me, you taking my brother. And this is what the number got to be much higher if we come in as a package deal. All day. So it is what it is, man. And we'll see how that progresses. But yeah, man, he's turning them down. At least according to these dudes, you could believe it if you want to. Oscar, I would take it with a grain of salt. And Eddie making deals on Instagram fight fans. You believe what that, how true that is as much as you want. on Instagram. And then Eddie like, I got the proof on my phone. I got the proof on my phone. Like, is that the reason you even sent the shit? Just to run around and tell everybody, oh, I got proof on my phone. Look, y'all, I DM'd Charlo. Is that the reason you did this shit? Bro, you ain't serious, man. He probably looking at that shit like, you don't get this shit up out my DM, man. Fuck out of here, bro. It's like writing it on a piece of toilet tissue. You know what I mean? It ain't even a real deal, man. So it is what it is, man. It is what it is. We're gonna move on to the next one. And that is back to Eddie Hearn. Look at this dude, man. All in the news. He is just constantly attaching his name to every goddamn thing. Eddie Hearn sends Andy Ruiz a new offer. We know word that came out a few days ago where Andy Ruiz turned down an offer from Eddie Hearn in Matchroom and saying that that's not enough cash. And so since then, it's sitting, this is an offer, might I add, to face Dillian White. And it says that Eddie Hearn has since now returned to the bargaining table and says, look, got a new offer for you, and up the offer for him to face Dillian White in April of 2020. That's what they want. And according to Eddie Hearn, and I quote, the money wasn't enough, so we improved, and now we are talking, said Hearn about Ruiz's reaction to the initial offer for the Dillian White fight. Says that and then he goes on to tell Dillian White, when I first met you, you were ready to go. I just wanted to get him a shot at a world title. Also, at the same time, I want to set him a schedule to make sure he is progressing as a fighter, to make sure he gets paid. For me, in 2020, the end of March or April, then the summer in the U.S., and then the finish with a big fight in the winter. So, as you can see, Eddie Hearn says that the money wasn't enough, so we improved it, and now we're talking. So, they're at the talking stage. And the rumor has it to be between $5 and $7 million. Well, that's a lot of goddamn money. And Andy Ruiz is said to be demanding minimally that, given what he made in the Anthony Joshua fights. Well, look, man. I mean, look. If we wasn't talking money at that level, I'd be like, Andy, nah, man, go back, get yourself together, man, get your motivation back, get your hunger back. This ain't right. But for this type of money, shit, I don't know if Andy making that on the PBC side. I don't see. Remember the talk that we had before when it came to Anthony Joshua, when he came here, the Luis Ortiz situation, and he turned the fight down, and everybody was like, nah, because Al Heyman offered him the Deontay Wilder fight, and he was going to make just as much money by fighting Wilder. Well, what is the alternative for Andy Ruiz to stay and not take this big money to fight Dillian White? That's the question. What is it? I mean, and for this fight to go down, you can forget about this shit happening in the States. Like, this shit definitely gonna happen in the UK. In order for Eddie to raise the money to pay these fighters, he wanted to put this shit. And then on top of that, he still got stock in Dillian White remaining a pay-per-view attraction in the UK. Andy Ruiz clearly, from his fight with Anthony Joshua, has some sort of name recognition that he feels as though it's still big in the UK. Now, this can be one of those type of fights cherry pick gone wrong. This can be one of those, because stylistically, this one honestly would be interesting. If they was to put this together, Andy Ruiz versus Dillian White, it'd be a little interesting. I mean, I'm being honest with you. If Andy Ruiz can get back to the old Andy Ruiz, the one that fought, not the one that fought Joseph Parker because he had stamina issue, the one that came in right before the AJ fight, not the AJ fight, but the one before, come in as that version of Andy Ruiz, and he might get Dillian White some problems. Dillian White ain't stopping elite heavyweights fight fans. He's not stopping top dogs. He's stopping he stopped the underlings at the heavyweight division. But when it comes to the top dogs, it's a lot of UDs there for Dillian White. And I wonder how he would look going down the stretch with Andy Ruiz. It'll be interesting. I'm telling you, Joe. I mean, it's not the really worst fight in the world. You know what I mean? I personally wanted Andy Ruiz versus Adam Kalnaki. I really wanted to see that battle of the Fat Boys. But shit, man, like, this ain't the worst fight in the world, man. And if Andy accepts, word on the curb, Andy found his way back to the gym, fight fans. Found this fat ass back to the gym. So maybe he back motivated again. He fresh off vacation, probably spent some ducats, and now back to rob the bank. I say go for it, Andy. Your name's ringing bells. Unless you plan on being around the sport for a long period of time, it's a lot of money right here. If he's talking $5 to $7 million to fight Dillian White in the UK, I think Andy Ruiz might need to consider that. That's a substantial offer. Substantial. Why can't that be offered to Luis Ortiz, I wonder? Let me see what y'all talking about. Let me see what y'all talking about. I got Dundada in the building. What's up, fam? What's up with you, man? What's goody, man? Glad to have you in the building. Jab that like button, Slim. All day. Thumbs up for the fam, man. What y'all doing out there? Thumbs up for the fam, man. All day. Sean say Eddie is working. Yeah, man. Eddie putting that work in. Talking about getting us a new video game and all that shit. We'll see, bro. Eddie Hearn is more famous than some of these boxers, man, because he don't let no issue go to waste. Never let a tragedy go to waste is what they say. And that's Eddie Hearn. He don't let nothing go to waste. Layla Ali situation, Eddie Hearn on it. We need a new fight night champion, Eddie Hearn on it. New pair of boxing gloves come out, Eddie Hearn on. Eddie Hearn on everything. Sugar Ray Leonard want to come back, Eddie Hearn on it. Eddie Hearn on any. Now, does he follow through and actually deliver with a lot of this shit? Well, you know, that's something else. But he always involved. He always attaches his name to it. Eddie Hearn is, well, he everywhere, man. A man of many hats, man. A man of many hats. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. Orlando Finney says, I'm not feeling that Jamel Charlo versus Erickson Lubin. How did Lubin get back to #1 that fast? That's what I'm saying, bro. He fought a lot of underlings. He ain't really fight nobody, you know, and worth really mentioning, but they saying that the WBC wants to reorder Erickson Lubin versus Jamel Charlo gonna have something to say about that too. I'm gonna tell you right now, because he wasn't too happy the first time when he had to fight. He really did not want to fight Erickson Lubin that first time around, remember? Because he was mad at the fact that the WBC screwed him about making him face 2 back-to-back mandatories. With, you know what I mean? Then he felt as though like they were rushing Lubin and Lubin wasn't ready. And he tried to tell everybody back then, and no one would listen. And he went in there and he cracked his ass and he stopped his ass in the first round. So he was right. He was right. But Lubin might be ready, man. You know, he might have learned a lot from that fight, man, that situation. I don't know, Orlando. I mean, Lubin been looking good. I mean, granted, nobody special and no one to really brag about, but I don't know. I mean, there was a few fights ago, man. See what the kid learned, it'd be interesting. He remained in that sanctioning body. Clearly, he been running through the ranks. I got to look at the rankings of the other fighters that is involved in the WBC. And I do want to know how Lubin got back up there so damn fast. But then again, Sean Porter lost his title 1 fight ago, and he's still #1. And they about to make him the mandatory too. So it's all over the map right now. Versatile Entertainment. Al Heyman promised Ruiz a fight versus Wilder. He'll turn the White fight down just like Ortiz turned the AJ fight down. If that's the case, I understand. That's what I'm saying, bro. If they're going to match it, then that's cool. You know what I mean? It was cool for Luis Ortiz. A lot of us went off. Of course, we rather seen Luis. We wanted to see Luis Ortiz versus Anthony Joshua. But when word started to creep out that, yo, like this situation you talking about, oh no, this Luis Ortiz is going to make the same amount of money against Bomb Squad. And then I was like, oh, okay, well, kind of sort of understand. But if they would have shortchanged him, that would have been some messed up shit. But in this case, if they're going to offer him a Wilder fight, hey, we'll see. Like, I mean, you know, the next thing for Bomb Squad, we just don't really know. It all depends on if he beats Tyson Fury and how he beats Tyson Fury. We know that, you know, Frank Warren has been everywhere telling everybody a third fight option exists. Based on the loser can exercise a third fight if they want to. It's up to that person. It's up to that loser. So depending on if Tyson Fury get his ass slept, you know what I mean? He may not. He may not want to come back and order that shit. But then again, if he see nothing big on financially on the horizon, he may say, hell yeah, bring that Wilder fight on. You know what I mean? Hellenius. Yeah. Ugh. Yeah, that was awful, bro. That was awful. What's up, Marquise Monroe in the building? What's up, fam? What's up with you, man? Thank you for sliding on through. Marlonius, what's up, fam? Oh, what's up with you? Thank you for sliding through, homie. Ruiz went from ashy to classy, quick and fast all day. You know what I mean? Slim, and look, imagine if he beats Dillian White. If he beat Dillian White, of course, that third Anthony Joshua fight in the bag. And that's another big, huge bag for Andy Ruiz. Ashy to classy real quick. You ain't never lied, bro. God damn, bro. Man, Andy out here making bigger bags than Bammers who been putting in work trying to get to this level. Man, he been making bags left and right. And Eddie desperate. Eddie showing his hand. He letting his slip show. He's showing. He like, look, I'm down to pay you the money. I'm down to give you bigger money. And Andy like, look, we done been down this road before, Eddie. When he had to fight Joshua the second time around, remember, Eddie ain't want to offer him the top money originally at first. Of course, it's as smart as a promoter to not give him to give him the least amount of money. But Eddie was, man, penny pinching like a mug. Andy came out and said, oh, hell nah. If you don't dig deeper in your pocket and find some more some more M's up in there, oh, Andy Ruiz won't be showing up. And they found them M's. So here we go again. And Eddie found them M's. I think he serves, man. He want Dillian White to fight Andy Ruiz. Andy should do it. Andy should do it. We'll see. Marquise Monroe says, I heard Devin Haney versus Javier Fortuna. They smoke. They smoke. I heard Devin Haney versus Javier. I was just reading about the WBC once, the Luke Campbell versus Javier Fortuna. So I don't know. I mean, unless Devin wants to come back and automatically jump right back and fight for that title, if he's ready to do it. I thought Devin said he was going to let them do it. But if he want to come back and get right back in it, shit, he got every right to. Didn't they make him like the WBC Diamond Emeritus Champion of the Platinum or something like that? I don't know. But it is what it is. It is what it is. But Andy Ruiz, man, it'll be interesting to see how this plays out, man. And the only reason that they even probably so sure of Andy Ruiz is because they think he's looking vulnerable right now. You know, the stories are out there. He ain't been going to the gym, coming in so much overweight in the last fight. They probably looking at it like, oh, we taking that right there. He still got a little bit of prestige because he fresh off the Joshua fight. And yeah, he lost to AJ, but he also beat AJ. They technically 1-1. So all of the prestige ain't quite off of, and Andy's name's still hot right now. They want to see if they can cash on the vulnerability and on him still kind of being hot. That's why they throwing that money at him like that. Boy, Eddie, boy, never let a crisis go to waste. Never let a crisis go to waste. And also, you know, Eddie Hearn, he says he wants Dillian White to fight 3 times in 2020. That's to keep him active, man. And like I told y'all before, Dillian White is a pay-per-view attraction in the UK. So he got to keep look what if Dillian's sitting on that couch too long between fights. Y'all seen Dillian White's last performance. Y'all seen the shape that he came into that fight. Even in the Oscar Rivas fight, didn't look all that. You know what I'm saying? You keep Dillian White out of the ring and keep him inactive, Dillian White ass gonna blow up. And that's what's going to end up happening. So Eddie like, nah, I'm putting him in the ring 3 times this year. I need him in there spring, summer, fall, winter. Fuck it. We may even stretch it to the 4 times this year. I don't know. They're going to keep his ass in the ring, bro. They ain't taking no chances. Hopefully, out of those 3 fights, one of them can be Luis Ortiz. But I doubt it very seriously. DMV in the building. Nino Brown, salute, fam. What's up with you, homie? Appreciate you sliding through, Mo. Appreciate you sliding through all day, all day. Marquise Monroe says, man, I feel Teofimo rushing in this fight with Loma, and he finna get outboxed and outclassed. But the time is now. Time is now. I don't think he's rushing. I think he made. I don't know how much. I've heard the argument of him maybe getting a little bit of false confidence after stopping Comey, and the fight didn't really get a chance to warm up and things like that. Kid confident, man. Kid confident. This is what he was bred for. His father bred him for this moment. So I don't know if it's too early. I think it's the time is now. I think if he's gonna rise to the occasion, you got Lomachenko not looking the greatest. Kind of Asian champion, you know what I'm saying? And Loma's still sharp. Don't get me wrong. I think Loma's still the truth. Still got a lot in the tank, but he is aging. And he, not too long ago, coming off surgery. The time is now. Undisputed. The time is now, fam. The time is now. The time is now. Sean Newton says, Adam Kownacki is fighting Robert Helenius next. Yeah, I heard about that, man. But you know what? You think about the short list that he had, though, Sean. Like, it was, who was the other 2? It was Dominique Brazil, Robert Helenius, and who was that? Oh, Christian Hammer. Shit, Dominique Brazil, not too long, got flat by Deontay Wilder. And Christian Hammer, everybody knows him for losing to Luis Ortiz recently. The honestly one coming off the best win. And that's Helenius beating Gerald Washington. Technically, he coming off the best win out of all 3 of them. Real spill. You know what I'm talking about? D-Lo 44 boxing in the building. Salute everybody, man. Everybody that hear the sound of my voice, go check out the homie D-Lo 44 boxing, man. All day, man. Loving your vids, bro. Keeping them coming all day, bro. All day. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Alan Williams in the building. Danny don't deserve the Spence fight. He has been beaten up, blown up 135 and 140 pounders his last 2 fights. And here go another one with Ivan Redcach. Add that one to the list too. Matter of fact, let's move on and talk about that right now. So let's just to wrap up, you know, Andy Ruiz, they're talking 5 to 7 million. Eddie Hearn says he stepped up the offer, and now they progressed from a hell no to we are now in talks. So it is what it is. We'll see how it works out, fight fans. We'll see how it works out. Danny Garcia versus Ivan Redcach going down this particular weekend, January 25th. It is what it is. Let's just get it over with off the top. I see Danny Garcia in 3-4 max. You know what I'm saying? KO, third round KO, easy work. Ain't really much to talk about here. You know what I mean? Now, one thing we know about this fight is that it's for the WBC title. It's a WBC title eliminator, which, like I said before, makes it a little bit more interesting given the way that the WBC picture is playing out. You know what I mean? And knowing with, news out, knowing that the WBC wants to order Porter versus Earl Spence 2 above Danny Garcia. Well, interesting. And this being for a WBC eliminator. Interesting. But Ivan Redcach, I mean, we all know, spent majority of his career at the lower weight class, 35, 140 pounder. Stopped by John Molina. Tevin Farmer beat him. Man, his style is basically tailor-made for Danny Garcia. The man is going to go in there and get into a fight with Danny. Danny going to stop him. One of them overhand hook, one of those left or right hooks is going to land flush, and I see just stopping Ivan Redcach. He's not big enough to go 5 for 5 with Danny at 147. Nowhere near. He couldn't even go 5 for 5 with John Molina at a lower weight class fight fan. So, I mean, cut the crap. The man going to get stopped. Now, Ivan Redcach coming off that big win that he had last summer by beating Devin Alexander. When Devin Alexander was on his comeback trail, he basically stopped that momentum in his tracks. Ivan Redcach went in there, linked up with Sugar Shane Mosley, who went in there and trained him, and he went in there and he stopped Devin Alexander. And the thing about Ivan Redcach is that prior to that fight, he was rocking with Leo Santa Cruz's father. He was being trained by Leo Santa Cruz as dad, but he got sick, and we all know he got the cancer situation played in, and so he went out and he sought out Shane Mosley. Shane Mosley got him back. Got him to beat Devin Alexander. For this particular fight, Shane Mosley will not be in the corner of Ivan Redcach. Shane Mosley said to have sustained some sort of elbow injury. I don't know if it's in training or whatever he's been doing. He got an elbow injury. So Jack Mosley, the father of Shane Mosley, will step in and train Ivan Redcach for this upcoming fight with Danny Garcia. According to Jack Mosley, and I quote, Shane's elbow is not the best, so he cannot work the mitts like I do. According to Ivan Redcach, he's been training me like Shane did, and we made a lot of adjustments and changes, and I'm a lot better now. All right, whatever, man. Danny Garcia goes on and says, and I quote, we picked Redcach because he's dangerous, and we knew he'd be tough. I'm definitely not overlooking him. I'm training hard for this fight. For me, this is a big fight. If I overlook him, it could ruin everything. I want to show everyone I'm still one of the best pound for pound fighters in the world, end quote. And see, that's what I be saying about Danny. He always talking like he's been told something big is coming. So regardless of what the fuck the WBC is saying, PBC got something cooking for Danny. This supposed to have been his moment. Danny always run around saying that everybody got pay-per-views except him. Manny got his pay-per-view. Sean got his. Earl got his. Well, shit, I want mine. Even though you ain't beat nobody worth deserving of a pay-per-view. You won't get into the ring with Bud. You act like Bud doesn't even exist. But, the thing is that, this is interesting. So, I don't know. I mean, I don't know how this is going to play out. What happens next with Danny Garcia is fucking unknown. A lot of options. Of course, a lot of options. Manny, Earl, Bud, Ugas. You know what I'm saying? Ugas, I love this. Hey, bro, if the WBC came out and messed up the game and ordered Ugas versus Danny Garcia, Slim, hey, I will be laughing. And take in mind, all of this is going on also while Danny Garcia is rated number 1 in the WBO, right under the world champion, Terrence Bud Crawford. That's funny. That's funny. You know what I'm saying? All day, D-Lo. You know it. All day. Marquise Monroe. I got Danny by knockout, not going past the 8th round. Man, I say early, man. Earlier than that. Remember, Ivan Redcach was also supposed to fight Adrian Bronner. Whatever happened to that situation? Be honest with you, Ivan Redcach fuck around with a knock Adrian Bronner ass out. I'm keeping it 100 with y'all, man. With his style, that wild, throwing them crazy looping ass hooks like he like to do, get into them 5 fights. He fucked around with a knocked AB ass out. You know what I'm saying? Hey, maybe they do AB versus Danny and try to put that on pay-per-view or some shit. I'm dying to see how this is all gonna play out, bro. I really am. I really am dying to know how this is gonna play out. JP Mendez says the best boxing channel. Appreciate that love, man. That's the motivation I need to keep on going, fight fam. Appreciate that, man. Appreciate that all day. Allen Williams, Redcach ain't even ranked in the top 15. Yeah, man. It's sad. Like his ranking is. This fight is. They could have did a lot better than this. It's no doubt about it. There's a zillion and one names that we can come up with. They could have did a lot better. They should have just did AB and Danny Garcia. Why didn't you just do that? Adrian Bronner versus Danny Garcia would have been a big fight. It would have sucked in enough casual love. But Ivan Redcach, if this ain't a, and then that's another thing that's telling about this fight. If this ain't a stay safe fight, I don't know what is. This dude is literally tailor-made for Danny Garcia. I couldn't think that, like, dude like him and Brandon Rios and Adrian Granada, these dudes are tailor-made. And maybe one of the reasons they thought of Ivan Redcach, honestly, is because of his association, like, with the Santa Cruzes. You know what I mean? Maybe want to tap into the Mexican fan base, you know, and put it against Danny Garcia. Y'all know how it is. Mexicans, the Puerto Ricans, the whole nine. And then he does have a certain affinity. His style, I'm talking about Ivan Redcach, even though he's not Mexican, he's from like the Ukraine or something like that. But he gets a lot of love from that crowd, given his associations to the Santa Cruzes, but also the way he fights. So maybe that's what they think. Other than that, it's bullshit. It should be Bud. It could be AB. It could be Ugas. It could have been a lot of people. And everybody, it's a short notice thing, man. They could have backed it up. I don't want to hear it, bro. Danny needs to put in more work at 147. Period. He's lost to the top, fight fans. And he's just running around like, I didn't get my pay-per-view yet. Wah. Bro, what have you done for me lately to deserve a pay-per-view? You lost against Sean. You lost against Keith. And you want a pay-per-view. You want to be the mandatory. You spoil Danny the Gift Garcia all day. You know what I'm saying? All day. Sean says Bronner stops Redcach in 6. It would have been a good fight for Bronner. You know what I'm saying? Just to see how he deal with that style. You know what I mean? Real spill. Nino Brown says they doing Ugas dirty. Yeah, they doing Ugas real dirty, man. Salute to him getting that fight right before the Super Bowl. I think it was the day before the Super Bowl. But who the dude he fighting, bro? I forgot the guy. I forgot the dude name. The dude shouldn't even be in the ring with Ugas, man. Ugas is in that gray area, man. He in the worst area that you can be at in boxing. That's where Ugas is at. Ugas is in no man's land. He's in the gray area. He's in the boxing twilight zone where he is high risk, low reward, where he's a damn good fighter with no fan base. But shit, man, he will make for a hell of a fight, and you just might lose to him. That's what Ugas is. He's in no man's land, and nobody likes that kind of opponent because you don't get shit from it. Terrence wouldn't even fight him. I told people I wouldn't mind seeing the Terrence Crawford versus Ugas. I think competitively, that'll be a damn good fight. But Terrence would never take that fight. It'd be like, shit, you Ugas, that's funny. Even though he's ranked 3rd in the WBC, that ain't good enough, fight fans. I would love to see Danny Garcia versus Yordenis Ugas all day, fam, all day. D'Lo 44 Boxing says, I wouldn't be surprised if Ivan messes around and outpoints Danny Swift Garcia if he can avoid getting KO'd. Nah, I don't see that, bro. This dude like to brawl, man. This dude like to fight. Like he likes to brawl. You know what I mean? Him going to a technical style, being with Leo Santa Cruz's father for so long, I don't see it, fam. I don't see it. I got my man Orlando Finney in the super chat, man. I appreciate that, fam, all day. I appreciate that love, homie. Andre versus Jamal is the fight that I want to see at middleweight all day, man. That's the fight that we all want to see. And that's why I want Jamal to go over there, fam. Surely having Andre locked in that contract. Don't go over there for a bunch of crap. Oh, yeah, we'll entice you over here. He mess around and put him in the ring with somebody else. You know what I mean? And, oh, we got all the options on your fight, so you can't go nowhere until we ready to, you know. Then he had to win with them. So he need to get that thing locked down. It's a great fight, bro. And I ain't mad at you for wanting to see that fight because I want to see that fight. Everybody wants to see that fight all day. And hopefully they get it did and stick to their word. You know what I'm saying? I sure hope so. Mike Dallas. That's who it was, Bright Lights. Mike Dallas. Yeah, that's who Yordenis Ugas is fighting, man. Mike Dallas, bro. Fuck is that, bro? Like, who the fuck is Mike Dallas? Mike Dallas. Fuck is that, bro? But I looked into this dude, man. I said, oh, this is bad, bro. This is just bad. They doing Ugas terrible. Terrible. Sad, man. I hope he come up, man. I do, man. Ugas got to take a chance, man. He got to take a chance. If he got to, even, but you know what? Even like crossing streets over at ESPN or DAZN, even in those cases, what does Ugas do? Where does he go? Ugas is just, damn, I don't know. It's just, only thing it's going to take for Ugas to do what happened to him the first time. Work his way up to a mandatory situation or fight his way up through the ranks where somebody has to fight him. You know, that's the best way. Maybe Ugas should have just stayed in the IBF where he originally was at too. I mean, yeah, well, it did. Well, I guess the move did work out and got him the Sean Porter fight. That's the reason he left in the first place. But if he would have been in the IBF, he would have been the mandatory by now. But then again, it's the same thing. It coincides with the WBC. When he went over there, they made him the mandatory. Same thing, and he got the championship fight actually faster. So it is what it is. It is what it is. Dallas hasn't done shit in years. Exactly, bro. Mike Dallas, like, what the fuck? Dallas ain't done nothing to year. Where they find this dude at? Where he been at, man? Fuck, he found this dude on a bridge somewhere, man. Mike Dallas. Fuck is Mike Dallas, bro? Mike Dallas got robbed in DC versus Dusty Hernandez. I was at that fight pissed. Oh yeah, hey man, hey man, we might got root on Mike Dallas. It's like Mike Dallas be getting a hard time, man. That's it, bro. I'm rooting for Mike Dallas. You know what I'm saying? When he faces, even though I know Ugas gonna probably knock this dude out, whatever the whole night, easy. I'm rooting for Mike Dallas because everybody is saying that Mike Dallas has been robbed. I'm a fan of underdogs. I'm rooting for Mike Dallas. Who the fuck is that? You know what I'm saying? Still a C-level fight, not world level. Nah, not at all. Not at all. D'Lo 4-4 boxing. Porter is suddenly the baddest motherfucker at 147 because of the Errol Spence Jr. fight. But the Ugas fight wasn't a dream. It really happened. It did. It did. And I had Ugas winning that fight, fam. I had Ugas winning that fight. And I think Ugas, bro, he gives all of them fits. Every single one of them. I mean, I can't honestly see if 100% say they all beat Ugas. I really can't. I really can't. I can't see 100%. I can't say 100% Bud beat him. Of course, I would lean towards Bud. I can't say Earl beat him. I would lean towards Earl. But 100% say that they beat Ugas? Hell nah. Hell nah. After what I seen in that Porter fight, how Ugas can not only take the pressure, and then he just made Porter just rethink his whole style. Like, change up the whole thing. Nah, I ain't gonna be Emmitt Smith this fight. I ain't gonna be, I ain't coming down to the number 2 gap on this particular fight. Fuck nah. He made that man stand on the outside and box. And then when he was trying to get to the inside on Ugas was winning that game too. I'm telling y'all, man, Ugas won that fight. I don't care what nobody say. He beat Porter. And they don't want no smoke with Ugas, bro. That shit was polished shit. That's what that was. You feel me? D'Lo 4-4 boxing. Dallas was a hot name for a minute. It seems like about a decade ago. Damn, man, y'all making Dallas sound like Glass Joe out this joint, man. For real? Man, come on, man. I'm rooting for Mike Dallas, man. Fuck that. You feel me? I'm rooting for Mike Dallas. Jaquavius Moore in the building. What's up, fam? What's up with you, homie? What's goody, man? What's good with Rosario versus Hurd? Oh, easy work. Oh, that's another thing. Going down on the undercard of the Danny Garcia fight this weekend. We know we got my man Juris with Hurd making his return, coming on back. And he fighting this dude. I forgot his name, Sanchez, something. Y'all know what it is. Nobody really worth really digging up. You know what I'm saying? The fact of the matter is Juris Hurd is coming back. He's coming back to display and show everybody what he's learned with his new coach. I'm dying to know, see what he looking like under his new tutelage. Y'all already know how I feel. Y'all already know how I believe. Juris Hurd may go in there and finesse this dude. I wouldn't be surprised. Juris Hurd may go in there, try to box this dude, may look good boxing him 3-4 rounds, and even stop to do whatever. But when Juris Hurd gets into there with the right opponent, he gets into the fight with the right opponent, you will see the traditional Hurd come back. That's what I believe. But I'm dying to see him come back. It's messed up the situation the way it's playing out now. Julian J. Rock Williams losing that title. And word on the curb is that J. Rock is going to exercise that rematch clause. Julian J. Rock Williams losing the titles. That leaves Juris Hurd in a situation where you can either pivot to Charlo, or at this point, maybe we talking about moving up and going to get to the other Charlo. I don't know. But Juris Hurd said he didn't want, prior to J. Rock losing the belts, he didn't want to move up. You say what's up with Rosario versus her? Shit, Rosario don't want no smoke. They about to do Jaime Munguia, Rosario fight fans. He is the new Jaime Munguia. He is Jaime Munguia 2.0. They are going to move him and protect him. They are going to milk them belts for a minute. I ain't saying they ain't never going to step up. They down to rematch J-Rock anytime. But they don't want no smoke with nobody else. We want mandatories. We obey the sanctioning bodies according to his promoter. Man, that's some song and dance ass shit if I ever heard it. Oh, I ain't never. That's like give us some soft opponents, build our name up, milk the titles for a little. And it's, I guess, as a promoter, it's smart. Us boxing fans hate that type of talk. We hate it. Unifications are everywhere. And I don't know Rosario's situation. He's with a promoter. He ain't. It's not hard for him supposedly to do business. Is he a PBC fighter or is he a? Is he? I don't know what he. All I know is he's not across the street. They can do business, but they choosing not to. They don't want no smoke. Props to them for letting it be known and not leading us on and making it like they want smoke, like they did with Jaime Munguia. Rosario's team is letting it be known. We want no smoke with nobody. We don't want to fight any of them. All we will fight is J-Rock. Other than that, we don't want to fight nobody. We want to fight Sanchez Espinoza. That's exactly who we want to fight. We want to fight Sanchez Espinoza. Who the fuck is that, bro? Who the fuck is that? That's who they want to fight. Shit is a joke. You know what I'm saying? Hit the thumbs up for the fam, like Naturally Strong say, man. Hit the thumbs up for the fam, man. All day. They didn't count the knockdown for Ugas. Yeah, that's what hurt him, man. That man. Come on, man. That was a knockdown, bro. That was man. They robbed Ugas, bro. I'm telling you right now, man. I hope PBC comes up with some type of plan for Ugas, man. For real. I mean, he gave a valiant. If Sean Porter can get right back into title contention for a valiant performance, then so can your Danis Ugas. Sean Porter's fan base ain't overwhelmingly more bigger than Ugas. Remember, Sean Porter can't fill the family dinner. Remember? Famous words of Earl Spence Jr. So if Sean Porter can jump right back into title contention, so can your Danis Ugas. And we actually think he beat Porter. So, I mean, come on, man. Come on. Nino says Hurd just needs a stiff jab and some upper body movement, little better head movement. You know what I'm saying? So when he does get into his fight, that's the really one thing that I really wish he incorporates into his routine. You know what I mean? Head movement, more importantly than anything. Like if he gonna get sucked into those brawls, at least be armed with the tool of having head movement to get out of the way of some of them punches, man. You know what I mean? And that's it. Because he got that Frankenstein attribute where he gonna keep coming. I mean, to put this man down, it takes a fucking rocket launcher. You know what I'm saying? So if he can just manage to start avoiding just some of them punches and not so getting hit so much, man, that would just improve him leaps and bounds. His jab is stiff. It's pretty good jab. But you say you think you need to stiffen it up a little more. I think his jab is cool. Sometimes he do get a little lazy with the punching, especially when he up on you and he trying to chip you away. He start throwing them kind of a little lazy, but it's all part of who Hurd is, man. He's a chip away fighter with the heart of Frankenstein. You know what I'm saying? It's crazy. That's crazy. Sean says, I think Hurd should have moved to 160 and chased that Charlo title fight. That'd be cool. Maybe that's what happens if no other situation plays out properly. Now that Hurd is not a world champion no more, I'm dying to know where he's ranked at in the sanctioning bodies. I haven't checked. I need to check and see where he's ranked at, especially in the WBC, where Charlo was the champion, or any of the other ones, because he wasn't ranked in them at first by him being champion. So I'm dying to know where they placed him at and how far does he got to go before he get next to one of these cats. Given that he was unified, I'm sure they won't put him down far, in any of these sanctioned bodies. So he should be right back into contention right back before you know it. Real spill. Brown says, Rosario promoter says Charlo at the end of the year. Oh, okay. Well, at least they've evolved on that. At first, it was like nobody. We want mandatories. We got 2 belts. We want to fight 2 mandatories. Hell to the yeah. You know what I mean? So at least they've evolved on that to say they'd look to take on Charlo at the end of the year. I hope so, man. I want to see Charlo continue to get on and get more fights, big fights as well. I don't know if him and Tony Harrison going to trilogy it up. I doubt it. The way that Charlo talking, seriously doubt it. You know what I'm saying? But if they not talking trilogy, man, I know he want to stay with big name and big title fights. Something like this would be cool. You know what I'm saying? Also, the Rosario fight, yeah, that'd be cool. But I've always, for some reason, I don't know, it's just in me. I've always to this day, wanted to see the Jermell Charlo versus Erslandy Law fight. Ever since Charlo said what he said, and I know it's old news, but ever since he said I'd beat everybody in that gym, and I beat everybody in that gym, and including my brother and shit. Like when I started hearing that, when I heard him say, ever since then, and then you look back all the talk between him and Laura over the year, I just always wanted to see Laura and Charlo go at it. You know what I'm saying? I know they were both brought under Ronnie Shields and all that, but it's just I want to see that. I just want to see that fight. I would love to see Erslandy Law versus Jermell Charlo, and that'd be something good. And Erslandy Law been fighting his way back. Something I like to see. Something just because of the bad blood and the words from Jermell Charlo. Well, I'm gonna say bad blood, but the words of Jermell Charlo. People talking about Jesse too big for Mikey. I think skills matter. In this fight, Jesse Vargas could not beat a damaged Brawner. Yeah, and he's gonna be drained. He is definitely gonna be drained. So him being too big for Mikey, I think Jesse, man, at 147, he was heading to 54 for a reason. And then Mikey caught him on the climb up, caught him at just the right time. So while he climbing up, stop what you're doing and come on back down. Man, Mikey gonna have that dude in there drained. Mikey gonna have his way with Jesse. That's what I think. I don't think Jesse's too big at all. I don't think Jesse gonna have the same pop and power. I think he's gonna be drained. And Jesse gonna have to go through hell to make that 4-7. Jesse big, man. Jesse been trying to tell people for a long time he ain't really want to be at 147. Unless the fight was big enough. You know what I'm saying? He's been trying to tell people that for the longest. Jesse, I don't think Jesse gonna be nowhere near the same. You know what I'm saying? Her is 8th with the WBC. Oh, okay. Cool. Number 3 with the IBF. All right. Number 3 with the IBF. So he right there on Rosario's heels. One more good win if the IBF, if he can get the number 1 in the IBF, guaranteed, Mando, guaranteed title shot all day. Number 4 with the WBO. Damn, they kicked him down. Whatever though. Damn, WBO put him down 4 slots. Shit. So his best bet, yeah, man, will be the WBA. But the WBA super champion don't have a mandatory. So he will be in line for the WBA regular, which is held by, if not mistaken, is it Erslandy Law got that belt? I think Law has that belt, right? But still, I mean, title shot. His best bet may be here with the IBF. Because at least they enforce their mandatories. Everybody else, they'll probably play some games with them. But we'll see. Alan Williams, Castano versus Charlo. Castano versus Charlo is a great fight. I don't know. It's all right. Not a great fight. I still want to see Laura versus Hurd too. Yeah. You want to see part 2 to that? I wouldn't mind seeing that neither. Truth be told, I wouldn't mind seeing that either. I mean, that's a name I think still big enough to catapult Jared Hurd back to the top also. I wouldn't mind seeing that. Laura fought a hell of a fight that fight. That fight came all the way down to the end. Dropped him in the end, and that pretty much won the fight for my man Swift. You know what I'm saying? So I wouldn't mind seeing that, but I would take the Laura versus Charlo fight over this one. Only because of the bad blood, the bad history, same trainer, same gym, the whole 9 like that. And then this was a fight that's been avoided for a long time. They've had many opportunities they could have fought each other, but it never worked out. So I don't know, man. Still a good fight, though. But that's a damn good fight, too. I wouldn't mind seeing that rematch. I wouldn't mind. Maybe, I don't know. Charlo can also go back down and facing Harrison again, man. That's not too far-fetched. It's just that Charlo might got that ego shit going, and he don't want to go through all of that mental warfare again with Tony Harrison, but wouldn't be too far-fetched. Just wouldn't be too far-fetched. Let's see, man. Sean says, man, Hurd opened up 154 weight class when the other dudes were ducking that smoke all day. The pioneer. Lala D says, I got Mikey too. You got Mikey beating Vargas? Yeah, same here. Easy work. I think it's going to be easy. I think he's going to be drained. I don't think he's going to be nearly the same dude. Mikey going to take that and act like he did the greatest thing in the world. And I'm telling you, man, my theory, Hear me, fight fans. I think it's going to be Mikey Garcia and Manny Pacquiao. That's what I think. I think that Manny Pacquiao, the only reason he's still hanging around is to see if that Floyd Mayweather fight gonna come to fruition. And plus, also, there's something on the table. I remember this being talked about Manny having something carved out with PBC about his stable of fighters. So something like that is in the pipelines too. So maybe that keeps Manny in place. But I think Manny wants Mikey. I think the zone. I think they're gonna try to take it to Saudi Arabia, the whole nine. And now maybe that happens. I don't know after he's done over at PBC, but I think that's just the number one goal. I think that's the game plan. If he fights Spence, I'll be shocked. If he fights Spence, I will be shocked. Shit, I may even be a little shocked if he fights Danny. You know? And Danny, to me, got the best shot against Manny than he does against Earl. Keep that in mind for anybody who want to know my thoughts on that. Danny, to me, I think, honestly, he may even beat Manny Pacquiao. Stylistically, I think he'll beat Manny Pacquiao. But I think he struggles with Errol Spence Jr. And the main reason I look at it is legs. Legs. Danny's legs, he's really kind of flat-footed. They say he got 6 toes, right? Kind of flat-footed, but he swings from the legs. He swings from the bottom. So he plants. He's always sturdy. As for Pacquiao, who's always bouncy, trying to move around on the outside, get in, get out. You know what I mean? Jeff Horn, when he fought Jeff Horn, the reason he struggled with Jeff Horn is because Jeff kept pushing him. And Manny's legs only going to be able to hold up for half of the fight doing it before he starts to get caught up on the ropes, before he starts to ball up too much on the ropes. And I think in the leg department is where Danny Garcia will win the fight against Manny Pacquiao. Now, as for Earl, core is too strong, too big. Danny won't be able to use his leg movement, and his leg strength against Earl Spence Jr. And on top of that, he'll get beat up on the inside. So I think that'll be a totally different fight. But I think Danny's best chance will be against Manny Pacquiao opposed to Errol Spence Jr. if it comes to that. But I still think Manny going to Mikey Garcia. That's just what I think. Castano versus Lower 2 is in order. I had Lower, says D-Lo 404. Yeah, I had Lower 2. D-Lo says he want to see Lower versus Charlo as well. Man, that's just a good fight, man. And it's a lot of blood there, man. Bad blood there. I'm telling y'all. Marquise Monroe says Mikey Garcia and Jose Ramirez been sparring, helping each other for upcoming fights. Yeah, I've been seeing that. Yo, man, y'all see that video clip going around Jose Ramirez and Terrence Bud Crawford? And he like up in Crawford's face doing this, man. Crawford telling him, I'm gonna knock you out. I'm gonna knock you. Hey, man, them fights are coming for Bud, man. They coming. You see all of these dudes already running their mouth at 140. Regis already talking. Josh already talking. Jose Ramirez already talking. They really think they got a chance against Bud, yo. I'm telling you. They all think they really gonna come up and give Bud that work. Man, when I seen that video clip, man, it's floating around on social media. Check it out, man. Jose Ramirez and Bud mouth. Somebody caught him on a phone camera or something. Bud telling him to his face, bro, I'm gonna stop you, bro. I'm gonna stop you. And look, to be honest with you, Jose Ramirez in the video clip looked bigger than Bud. I was like, damn. He looked way bigger than, the arms look wider. He looked taller, everything. I'm like, hold up. And it's the 140 dude? Hey, shawty, these dudes ain't as small as you think they are. But, hey, they going to come up to try to get Bud that work, man. I'm telling y'all, man. Yeah, people overlooking that like that. And when I keep telling y'all, when that happens, Bud is going to take his power back. He ain't going to be looking at them PBC dudes the same. He going to be like, I got my own smoke now. These dudes coming up calling me out. I got Jose Ramirez faking. I got Regis Prograis faking. You hear me? They calling me out. Now I got smoke. So now y'all wait. That's what I'm telling y'all, man. That shit keep going the way it's going. That's exactly how it's going to happen, fight fans. I'm telling you. Alan Williams says Earl stops Danny for the first time. Yeah, I think he stops him too, bro. I think he beats Danny up, man. I think Danny gonna be too slow. He ain't gonna be able to, he gonna be trying to take that step back and try to get some leverage on his punches, man. And you know, Danny throws those looping shots, man. I see Earl beating his body up on the inside. Danny's too slow. He ain't gonna be able to swing with Earl. He gonna beat his body up, bro. It's gonna be a real big. I'm just going off clash of styles. I'm thinking styles versus styles. When I compute that shit and I pull that little ticket out my ear, it reads Earl Spence every fucking time. I'm telling y'all, real shit. Yeah, Hooker versus Postal look like it's next. Hooker versus Post. Oh shit, Jose Ramirez got to get past him first. You count that shit guaranteed, huh, man? Yo, Hooker's up at 4-7 now too, and he's rated in the top 10 of the WBC. He's a name that's coming. He's a name that's coming. He may even start to call out Bud. You know what I'm saying? That'd be funny. La La D says, they think it's sweet. They think it's sweet. They think it's sweet, Bud. Like, okay, y'all flexing now. Y'all coming up to my weight class now. Okay, you see me outside the ring. You looking a little bigger than me. Okay, I got you. You think it's sweet? I got you. Man, Bud gonna tighten all their ass up. I can't wait, man. I can't wait. Marquise Monroe says, I think that Spence versus Crawford needs to happen this year before a possible upset on one of them. You know, and that's my deal. Look, if Earl Spence Jr. ain't getting the Manny Pacquiao fight, there's no reason why we should not be talking Bud. My points, my thoughts are well laid on that in video after video. No reason whatsoever why we should not be getting Bud. No one will ever provide a better reason. Anything other than Manny Pacquiao. Bud is a world championship fight against the number one pound for pound fighter. It's a humongous pay-per-view fight. Come on. Win, 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 win. We've already seen Earl beat up Sean. No one's clamoring for a Danny fight over Terrence. You feel what I'm saying? Like it's you can get, and then imagine this. Earl, let's just go to the land of make-believe. He beats Terrence Crawford, takes the WBO belt. Earl now has 3 belts. If you don't think Manny Pacquiao would guarantee fight a fighter with 3 belts, win, lose, or draw, he can go out with that being the final fight of his career for a total undisputed fight. Y'all don't think that would attract Manny Pacquiao? Shit. And how big would that fight be then? That's how you make history, fight fans. These fighters don't want to make history, fight fans. That's the problem. That's how you do it. You don't polish shit and pussyfoot. You dig what I'm saying? You make the history when it's right there available to you. It can play out just like that. Just like that. It's only 4 belts. Earl got 2. Right? Terrence got 1. Manny got 1. Make the Terrence and Earl fight if Manny don't step in. Make it happen. That's 3 belts gone. Now, if the last one goes to Manny Pacquiao, the honorary great champion fighter of the decade, whom everyone loves, soon to be president of the Philippines and everything. It would be huge. Huge. But that's wishful thinking. Wishful thinking, fight fans. That's all it is. That's all it is. That's all it is. Yeah, they better stop picking on Bud, man. You right about that, D-Lo 44. They can't use the Bud fighting guys from 140 since he moved up from 135. Exactly. Can't. They can't. They can't. Like I said before, man, and once they go up to 147, they all fair game. Especially when you talking shit. Especially when you out here, oh, you think you going to stop Bud. All right. Well, if you talking that, then yeah, you fair game all day. Maurice Hooker is Bud, good friend. Fight will never happen. That's true. That is true. They are cool. So that fight won't happen. And that's why you probably didn't see it. That's why I was wondering why I ain't heard really no smoke from Hooker on this. I wasn't sure if he was going to say something about Bud, but you're right. They are tight, and that ain't going to happen. That ain't going to happen. But Jose Ramirez and Bud, I see that happening. I see that happening. And if Jose Ramirez goes in and disposes of Victor Posu like I'm thinking he will, man, that's going to make that fight bigger. That's gonna make, but then of course they're gonna look to do what? Ramirez versus Josh Taylor first. I mean, they're not gonna let I don't think they would let Ramirez leave that weight class before he faces Josh Taylor. You know, everything else can wait. We're talking undisputed, and I want to see that fight too. Shit, Bud gonna be waiting for a long ass time, fight fans. If unification is the priority and Pac ducking, no other conversation is needed. Spence versus Bud 2020. I agree, bro. I agree. I agree with you 100%. I mean, like I said before, the ideal situation, Earl Spence comes back, faces his IBF mandatory. He stops, he views the landscape. He looks up and down the street and see what's going on. He don't see Manny Pacquiao pulling up in a limo nowhere. Cool. He need to get on the phone and call up Bud because that's the biggest thing available at that point. There's nothing else bigger. Don't give me no shit. Oh, man. Danny Garcia fight. No, look, boxing as a whole, I'm talking every network, every channel, every opposing view, every unified view, every walk of life that loves boxing will be talking about that fight. It's been talked about. It's too baked in, fight fans. It should be happening in 2020. Spence Nation. Spence Nation. It should be happening in 2020. You damn right. So if he's good enough to fight, well enough to fight Manny Pacquiao, he should be well enough to fight Bud. That's all I'm saying. Oh, Keith will be back on the scene, right? I forgot Keith. I keep forgetting about Keith. We always forget about Keith. You know what I'm saying? Everybody forgets about Keith. Keith will be back on the scene. Maybe Keith will get back in the mix. I don't know. You know what I mean? Maybe Keith and Danny can run it back. I forgot that Keith will be back in the mix soon. So we're down to see what's going to happen with Keith, man. Or whatever the fuck. They are saying Bud versus Jodecito Lopez next. Man, come on, man. Come on. That fight pisses me off, Bright Lights. That fight, it's fights like that pisses me off because like I told y'all before, bro, you sending that man the underlings, you sending that man the people with no prestige. Oh man, Jodecito Lopez would be a good fight for Bud. It'll push him, man. I don't want to see Bud pushed. I've seen him pushed. All right, I've seen him pushed numerous of times. I want to see Bud versus champions and top dogs, not pushed. I don't want to see him pushed. How many times that we got to see Bud pushed? You know what I'm saying? I mean, Jeff Horn pushed him. You know what I mean? I don't want to see him pushed. I want to see him fighting the top dogs. And this is the type of shit that pisses me off. You can send over your Jodecito Lopez's. You can send over your Luis Calazos. You can send over, they'll be happy to send over your Danish Ugas all day. But you won't send over the big dogs. The big dogs can't come out and play, though. Boogeyman Bud. You know what I mean? Boogeyman Bud. This is what I'm talking. That's the type of fight. And this is why Bud be adamant about turning shit like that down. You know what I mean? Like, nah, it's a pride thing. Y'all trying to sum me out here. Send me any little thing thinking I'm desperate out this joint. I'm number one pound for pound fighter. You ain't gonna degrade me like that. Trying to make me look thirsty. Trying to make me look desperate. Nah, man, shit is all mental. You sending me Jodecito Lopez. Man, you better send that shit on back over to Danny Garcia. He fight fighters like that. I don't fight fighters like that. That's how Bud looking at it. That's now Danny will take this in a heartbeat. Oh, yeah. All day. Bud looking at this like, man, please. It's a waste of my time. That's a champion for that ass. You hear me though? Real spill, man. Man, Keith Thurman better hurry up and get that Manny Pacquiao fight for Spence, get that belt. And Thurman definitely ain't going to look Spence way. Man, Thurman, bro, how do you not got a fucking rematch clause, homeboy? How do you fight, man? But Manny probably like, nah, no rematch clause. It's the only way it's gonna happen. You know what I mean? But Keith, man, I hope he comes back. I hope he gets in the mix, man. I don't know, man. I want Keith to come back and get it in the mix. I don't know where he's going to go. He's going to come back. He's going to want to tune up from a tune-up of a tune-up. I don't know. I gotta hit Keith for. See, I'm the type of dude, I go off the energy of the fighter. If the fighter is showing me no energy, I have no energy for him. I'm being 100. Like, and Keith is showing me no hunger, no energy, no nothing. He's showing me like it's like Kell Brook, right? They're not showing me like they want to be here. So I don't have the energy for him. You got to give us the energy, and that it don't work. You know what I'm saying? Like if I see Keith out here, I'm back one time, baby. I want this fighter. I want that fighter. We gonna make it happen, man. 3 fights in 2020, all day, one time back. If I hear that, I'm like, okay, all right. I hear him pulling up at the press conferences again. I'm back, baby. 2020, even though it can be fake from whatever. If I just see it. That makes me go, now I get the energy to say, okay, Keith back. I don't know what the fuck Keith at. I don't know what he gonna do. Don't know where he been. Nothing. We miss him though. Hashtag the final level, fight fans. The final level. Nino says, I'll never understand how Bud ducking Sean when he's calling out the unified champ that beat him. How Bud is ducking Sean when he's calling out the unified champ that beat him. Bud ain't ducking Sean. Bud ain't ducking Sean at all. And everybody, Sean, the fans like to come up with that. That's nothing even Sean is saying. The Bud ain't. How people gonna say Bud ducking Sean and Sean ain't even saying it? You know what I mean? Like, Bud ain't ducking Sean. But that, and I always tell people, Nino Brown, if that was Sean or Sean, anybody that rocked with Sean Porter think that they were calling out Bud. If that was a call out, That was the lamest, weakest, like acceptance of like all of this hesitation and doubting and hide behind your father and hiding under a rock. That ain't how you make fights. The fans are making the fights for them. That ain't how you make fights, fight fans. You don't hide behind your daddy. You know what I mean? You don't not come out and say what that says is I don't want to fight. That's what that says. Y'all keep on wanting that fight. Clearly, the participants don't even want it. Real spill, man. All right, man. Look, we've been going for an hour and a half. I wanted to give y'all some extra time because early in the program we had some technical difficulties, man. So I wanted to go a little bit later, but it is getting late, fight fans. Salute to all of y'all, man, that rock with the homie tonight, man. All day, man. Yo, man, y'all know we here every Wednesday, every Saturday. We talking boxing goings down where we do it our way. We cover all of the facts of boxing and what's going on, a snapshot in time, if you will, man. Much love to all of the boxing fam. Much love to all of the boxing fans that showed up tonight. Everybody that catches this on the playback. Salute to everybody in Main Man Made Man's Boxing Forum. If y'all ain't check me out on Facebook, check me out on Facebook, man. Main Man Made Man's Boxing Forum. We got a whole nother fam over there, man. All day, man. Much love to each and every one of y'all. Thumbs up on the way out if you did not hit it on the way in, man. Always a good one. I appreciate you all, man. Sean, I appreciate that love, fam. I appreciate you all for rocking with me. I'll see y'all Saturday. Oh, you got to go to work tomorrow now, don't you? You got to go to work tomorrow. So this is what you're going to do when you're going to go to work tomorrow. You're going to go to work tomorrow. You're going to arrive on time. You're going to get to your desk. You're going to do all of your necessary work, all of your backlog of work. You're going to go on your lunch break. You're going to take that exact 1 hour. You're going to come back an hour on the dot, and you're going to look at your boss and say, you know what, man, I put that work in today. He's going to say, a job well done. And you probably be saying, man, what the fuck is going on? All the times I told y'all to cuss your boss out, you run shit, this, that, and the third. Put in some work for one damn day. To the next weekend, to the next video, man. Thumbs up on the way out, fight fans. Peace out. Much love. One day of work. One day.